Police nab 3 alleged theft of fans and condensers from St. Andrew warehouse. The St. Andrew police have charged 3 men over the alleged theft of 80 items including 30 fans from a warehouse in the parish last month. Charged are 21-year-old Jordan Salmon, 24-year-old Richard Grant, and 18-year-old Jordan Jarrett, all from Walton Park Road in St. Andrew. They have been charged with warehouse break-in, larceny, and receiving stolen goods. The incident happened between October 29 and 30 on Granite Green Avenue, the police said in a statement on Saturday. Reports indicated that the complainant secretly locked his business on October 29 at around 4:30 p.m. and discovered the break-in at 9 o'clock the following morning. 50 L-ear condensers unit and 30 L-ear 18-inch fans were allegedly stolen. On October 31, during an operation on Walton Park Road, police apprehended the suspects while they were allegedly transporting the stolen items. The men were charged after a question and answer session in the presence of their attorney, the police noted. Tri Bridge to be completed in the next 7 months. Tri Bridge in Trelawney is slated to be completed in the next 7 months. Prime Minister Andrew Holness gave the update during a tour of the area. The Tri Bridge, which links several Trelawney, Manchester and St. Elizabeth communities, collapsed in August 2021 during the passage of Tropical Storm Grace. It will cost some $230 million to rebuild the infrastructure. Speaking during a tour, Mr. Holness said the Tri Bridge will be a symbol of the new Jamaica. The Prime Minister noted that the project is not being financed through loans.
The people of Troy will get their bridge in another 7 months. 7 months, contractor, in another 7 months. And they will be able to benefit from the convenience, and we hope that this will spur even greater economic activity and give greater convenience to the public. But in the same way that Troy is a microcosm of the rest of Jamaica as it relates to aging infrastructure, this new bridge will be the symbol of the new Jamaica, where the government is investing in renewing, rebuilding, revitalizing, repairing, and reinstating our aged infrastructure. This bridge that we are putting up is the example of the government investing in replacing an aging infrastructure, and not 1 cent of it, the $230 million, is from borrowing. That is a major difference in Jamaica. If this happened 10 years ago, it is highly likely that 60% of what would have been spent here would have come from some form of borrowing. So that's a major change.
Corporal R James seeking to add AG as responding to lawsuit against JCF and government. Former Police Federation Chairman Corporal R James wants to add the Attorney General as a respondent to the lawsuit he has filed against the Jamaica Constabulary Force and the government in relation to his interdiction. Corporal James has been on interdiction since last July following his critique of the police high command over the non-payment of overtime monies. He made the comment while at a funeral service of a fallen cop last year. Corporal James' claim, seeking to have the order of interdiction squashed, was set for a hearing of the judicial review on Wednesday, but was adjourned because of the amendment being sought. Attorney at law Lee Marneal, who is representing Corporal James, told the court that the case involves constitutional issues. Therefore, the Attorney General should be a party to the claim. Justice Simone Wolfries granted the adjournment and set the application to amend the claim for February 26, 2025. The defense and prosecution have told the court that they are ready to proceed with the matter. The initial respondents are former Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson and Assistant Commissioner of Police ACP Angela Lewis. Corporal James was granted leave by the Supreme Court in November last year to go to the Judicial Review Court to challenge the interdiction. He was also granted a stay of interdiction allowed resumption of duties. However, ACP Lewis appealed the ruling, and in January, the Court of Appeal set aside the stay, essentially reimposing the interdiction. Approximately 32 persons still in shelters following passage of Tropical Storm Raphael. Approximately 32 persons are still in emergency shelters after they were displaced during the passage of Tropical Storm Rafael. The Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management (ODPEM) says 4 shelters in Kingston, Portland, and Westmoreland are still active. ODPEM's Information Officer, Joyce Reynolds Robinson, said 3 children are among the persons in shelters. She noted that arrangements will be made for a person sheltering at schools set to return to face-to-face classes on Monday. Mrs. Robinson said ODPEM and the Social Security Ministry are also providing relief supplies such as food and water to affected residents.
We have one shelter in Kingston, and that shelter is Rockwall, all age. And we also have one at Edith Dalton, all age school in Kingston. And we have 15 persons in that shelter totally, which will be 1 at Rockwall, all age, and 15 at Edith Dalton, all age. And then we have a shelter in Portland, which we currently house in 5 persons, 2 females, 3 females and 1 male. And we also have a shelter that's still activated in Westmoreland that was highly impacted. We have 11 persons still in that shelter, which would be 1 male. We have 7 females and 3 children at that location. They would move them to community centers or find another location for them, or they will be in a section of the school that is not being utilized by the student population. Arrangements will definitely be made for those persons if they still have to be at those shelters, whether to relocate them or to have a section in the current location still available or accessible for them. We do assist with providing tarpaulins. We was also handing out during the other passage of our Hurricane Beryl, hurricane straps. Right, we go into communities and ensure that they're also getting relief supplies, which is food. We give them lanterns and blankets. We're giving out tarpaulins and such to ensure that they're maintained as best as possible until they're back to where they need to be, the place where they were before the impact.
RADA working with spice farmers to improve crop production. The Rural Agricultural Development Authority RADA is working closely with turmeric, ginger, and pimento farmers to apply research from the U.S. Department of Agriculture Food for Progress Jamaica Spices project to improve crop quality. Director for Strategic Planning and Projects at RADA, Van Barnaby, said the project is being implemented over 5 years and is now in its extension phase to transfer new knowledge to farmers. Extension happens where we are taking the research and mobilizing that with the farmers. The authority now works with the project with the research that is happening to translate that to the farmer for capacity building sessions. Those capacity building sessions were the things that were found to be most effective in the participant methodology, which we call the Farmer Field School, Barnaby stated. He added that as participants of the season, spice farmers meet weekly with extension officers. They are passing on information from crop site selection, selection of your planting material, land preparation right through to harvesting and post-harvest handling, and that now allows the farmer to have whatever stage in the production, the knowledge capacity development, he pointed out. Through the Farm Field School, farmers are also educated on how to identify plant disease and use best practices to intervention to protect their crops. We learn from our research how you intervene and at what time is the best time for intervention, because each pathogen, based on the life cycle of the pathogen, you would have to intervene at a different time for your intervention to be most effective. You can't just go and spray, Barnaby noted. He further noted that disease management research under the J-Spice project is crucial to ensuring crops and market ready. Moving into the post-harvest handling, you want to pull back your intervention to ensure that whatever goes to the marketplace is not carrying your pest management problem. The rhizome rot is our main issue with ginger. It causes the ginger to be less productive and more unfriendly in the market, he noted. Research from the J-Spice project is expected to have significant economic gain for the sector. With the interventions from research passing on to farmers, the farmers are now more productive. They're getting more yield per acres. This means that they are now able to make more profit, and we are now talking about the sustainability of rural livelihood. Extension is important in that, Barnaby noted. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.